This week on the Jock and Nerd podcast, we review the first episode of She-Hulk.
Geek Boner.
Plus, Ezra Miller speaks. Will Henry Cavill jump to the MCU? Sony's Madam Web movie sounds crazy. Season 5 of Cobra Kai is looking epic. And Game of Thrones is back, baby. All that and more in this edition of the Jock and Nerd Weekly for Monday, August 22nd, 2022.
Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and you're listening to the Jock and Nerd Podcast. Why? I don't know.
Check one. All right, this is for all you fans out there. Let's give it up.
Jock it, we nerd it. We funny, disturb it. We jock it, we nerd it. We spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, what's up? Hello, welcome to the Jock and Nerd Podcast, where we give you comic book and superhero, TV and movie news, reviews, and whatever we choose.
Jock and Nerd.
My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's a nerd.
Enjoy.
We'll keep you next time.
No, stop it. Joining us also, he's mean, he's green, and he has no spleen. It's Rug Boy. What's up, Rugs?
I'm green for the wrong reasons, though. I think it's because I have botulism.
It's green because nobody let him air out for several days.
Yeah, my underwear is really tight.
You're a sickly shade of green there, Rugs. You feeling okay?
I've been soberer.
Excellent.
I'm okay. Yeah.
For anyone that's been on, listening to the Patreon, that's probably Apex.
That was fantastic.
Rugs drunkenness on
I've been
one
more
of our
drunk,
recordings.
but I
on
think
a recording?
Yeah, I think I've been more drunk with Berlanti one time, but like this one was a surprise drunk because I was drinking and I didn't realize how fucked up I was getting.
Listen,
So it like snuck up on me.
If you're not supporting us on Patreon, sign up right now. You will.
At one point during the show, he shits all over the fact that we're even doing the show.
He's like, man, why are we even doing this?
He's like, why are we even doing this?
Well, with the show,
Matrix is going to win.
It's our 90s action movie
That's what I
tournament.
said?
Yes.
Oh my God, I gotta go listen
We're
to
going to
it.
fight you. 90s action movie tournament selection draft episode with John Bellotti Jr. And it is worth the price of supporting us on Patreon to hear Rug Boy
1000%.
progressively get drunk as the recording goes on. It is.
And pick 32 movies.
And somehow we end up with 32 good fucking crazy movies to battle it out.
I can do that shit drunk, high. I can do it in any form.
All that shit. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I really don't give a shit.
He does
No.
not, and that's why you're everybody's favorite. To check that out, more about that later. For now, we got a new Marvel show to talk about, but first, there's some news to go over.
The Jock and Nerd Podcast.
Wanted to start this week with everybody's favorite aspiring cult leader and sometimes actor, Ezra Miller. I know everybody's sick about talking about them. Understandably, they have been doing a lot of crazy things, but there has been some more developments. Let me backtrack. About a week and a half ago, Hollywood Reporter reported that Warner Brothers was looking at 3 options for this Flash movie. Option number 1, that Ezra Miller would seek professional help and put out an interview or a statement explaining their condition, and then Warner Brothers would allow them to do a little bit of press for The Flash, and they would release the movie on schedule. Option number 2, Ezra Miller doesn't get help. They would have not let them do any press, and he's no longer Flash, but they still put out the movie. You would put out the movie without a premiere, without any kind of press interviews, because it would be awkward. You just have to put it out. And their last resort, option number 3, if none of that happens, they're just going to scrap this $200 million movie. Things get worse. Well, those are 3 interesting options. And it makes a lot of sense. That's reasonable. 4 days, just 4 days after that comes out, Variety breaks this news. Ezra Miller issues a public statement.
Oh,
I was
shit.
like, oh, shit. Okay. From Ezra Miller themselves, here is his quote, Having recently gone through a time of intense crisis, I now understand that I am suffering complex mental health issues and have begun ongoing treatment. I want to apologize to everyone that I've alarmed and upset with my past behavior. I am committed to doing the necessary work to get back to a healthy, safe, and productive stage in my life. Wow.
Oh, shit.
Wow. Okay, so reactions to that. My first question is, how will this play over? Is this enough?
No, it won't.
Shit.
No one believes. Does anybody believe this?
Is this
Look,
sincere?
I think that maybe in the moment it's sincere. I think in the moment they're like, yeah, like I fucked up and I'm sorry, but that's like, you hear a lot of people say that and then they do nothing and everything just goes right back. There's been quite a few people who've gone to rehab and reformed themselves and this and that, but then some people haven't. So
he is making an effort to save his career.
It is a necessary thing that he had to do, or that they had to do, to protect their image, to protect the properties that they're working on, protect the companies that they're working for, to protect their future. So it's a necessary thing. Like, there's no other way, no other path for Ezra Miller to go on. Right? So,
Anthony, what's your take on this situation?
Yeah, I agree. It's the first step towards potentially reclaiming his career, or their career. It was the only option. If unless they wanted to commit career suicide and continue down this path, this was the first step you had to do. So Warner Brothers, I'm sure they're not. Oh, this is a complete turnaround, but I'm sure they're also going, okay, this is a good first step. Let's just see how this plays out. You'd rather see this than the way it was going. So
yeah.
You don't want them to double down. You know?
That's it looked like they had been doubling down passive aggressively for a while. So this is a good first step. Who knows if they're serious or not, but if Ezra's serious or not, but it's a good first step. And as long as Ezra continues down the path and actually gets treatment and continues to be, either stay out of the limelight, or if he is in the light, just be contrite about what's going on and being really real. I could see this turning around for Ezra at some point.
Wow, if he could,
I could see.
Yeah.
I don't know if it will, but I could see. There's everyone comeback stories are just as fun as tearing people down here.
Absolutely, and it's fun when you see people collapse, but you love a good
Robert Downey Jr. wasn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't doing the same shit, but he was having troubles.
Yeah.
There's plenty of. There's a laundry list of actors and famous people and music artists. Chris Brown is still famous after punching Rihanna. Like, things
true.
happen.
After doing absolutely nothing to remodel their career.
Right.
He did not.
I'm not comparing the things, but I'm just saying second chances are very much given, and Ezra's just gotta. This is a good sign for Warner Brothers. It's like I said, it's not the clearance of everything, but the other two options were almost nuclear.
Yes,
canceling the movie is nuclear.
Yeah.
Releasing a movie with hardly any press is almost just as bad. So the hope for Warner Brothers is Ezra continues down the path, and they can at some point rehab Ezra enough to put him out there and do some limited press and actually promote a movie that they have a lot riding on.
I can't wait to see the movie about this.
Yes.
Like, fuck the movie Flash. I want to see the movie about Ezra
We need
Miller.
a behind the scenes documentary.
Oh yeah, I mean
making of this.
The boardroom meetings that have been going on probably for the last 6 months. I mean, you've probably taken years off lives of Warner Brothers execs.
They all got white hair
what
now.
they're doing.
Yeah.
This is like the post millennial, post 2020 version of Entourage.
Yes, a little bit.
It's like,
yeah.
remember Aquaman? It was like the big movie, and this is like the Flash, the big movie, and all of a sudden all this shit's like going crazy. That it'd be great. It would be a great film.
Apparently, also, I read that in between, like, getting arrested, he did manage to go back to the studio and do reshoots. So, I guess
they're professional.
This movie's coming out. I guess the movie's actually coming out June 2023.
Ezra's professional, and he's got to get paid, and I'm sure there's something that the lawyers could find in the contract if Ezra just went off the deep end and didn't do what he's obligated to do. So, Ezra still wants to get paid. And again, Ezra's going to have no career if he doesn't do what he just started doing.
I mean,
which is apologizing.
You put a
getting help.
studio through this much shit. You're black. Like no one's going to want to work with you, right?
No, you can't. Yeah, no, exactly. You can't
go anywhere else.
You can't torpedo a big budget movie and then expect people to want to work with you ever again.
So they must have came to him, and he kind of snapped to them, and they snapped to their senses a little bit.
Everyone must have sat down and had a come to Jesus moment, hopefully with him,
right? And we'll see if they can stay out of the limelight. I'm gonna say like 70%, maybe. This is 30-40% chance something else is gonna happen. Probably, but again, it's so far away, we might forget it. But you know, Zaslav. We know David Zaslav loves killing things and axing projects, and he probably was this close to being like, you know what, fuck this whole movie. I don't care. What the fuck have I inherited?
I think there's a big difference between canceling a movie that was supposed to go on HBO Max
that's true.
That's called Batgirl, and a movie that's called The Flash that's supposed to be released as a big budget and reset your entire universe. There's a little bit of a difference.
He did say he saw it and he liked it, but now I'm hearing things about like Aquaman 2 maybe they don't like, so I don't know. But when this Flash movie's going to come out, Ezra Miller.
We'll see. I don't know if it's going to come out. We'll see. The thing is, too,
what a roller coaster.
We got a year.
Yes.
Or less, about 10 months.
That's still a lot of time.
That's still a long time for either Ezra to fuck up or for this to all blow over, and by the time they're promoting this movie, most of the mainstream audience will have forgotten that this even happened. I mean, who really even knows? We talk about this every week, so we know, but ask 10 of your coworkers or friends. Does anyone know that Ezra Miller's going through this?
By the time the movie comes out, no one's going to care.
Right.
It's not going to be
That's
relevant.
the point.
But in 10 months, you could build a pretty healthy cult if you wanted to. Also, it's a lot of time.
You could capture a lot of Native American little girls and build a really awesome cult. Yeah, I guess you could.
Yeah, an amazing cult leader. Speaking of axing,
build your own casino, whatever.
David Zaslav canceling things. This just posted today. They're pulled a lot of things off HBO Max. He has canceled a lot of animation projects, and now they announced that J.J. Abrams and Bruce Timm Batman Cape Crusader series that was going to be a reimagining kind of in the vein of Batman the Animated Series is now canceled. It's not happening. And I just want to say to David Zaslav, I was looking forward to this. What the fuck, bro?
Was there ever any art release for this or anything?
There was like one piece of art, and it was like in that style. But that would have been cool to see, but that's not coming out. Anyways.
Well, it sounds like they're still going to continue producing it, and they're just going to shop it to another outlet.
Oh, okay, yeah, because it was going to be Cartoon Network too.
There might be they're not trying to push everything to HBO Max, but they're still open to shopping it and potentially getting money from it another way.
Well, let me ask you guys this, because there was another story that Greg Berlanti's Green Lantern show is still going ahead.
The Berlantern show.
And that he was the front runner to be the guy, to be their Feige. We talked in the past. We threw out some names. We didn't mention Greg Berlanti. What do you think about that?
No.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it should be the Berlanti either.
Berlanti already created the universe, and it sucked.
He created the CW verse.
Oh, that's right.
In fact, at one point, he was show running he had 21 shows on the air that he had created.
Like, Berlanti did something that was kind of cool, which was he revived the superhero show, but then he quickly made it the most stupid thing in the world.
Yeah, the formula. That's quite a run, because anyone that was watching those shows in the beginning, including me, not from the beginning, but
the podcast was built on those shows.
Exactly.
Yeah,
those shows were almost like, wow, this is we've done it. We put superheroes on TV, and people are watching, and these are kind of smart and well written. And then to go from that to this is now just the biggest joke on television. That's a hell of a run.
That is a crazy crazy peak and valley there.
I think Flash. I just saw a headline from Campus Show. Flash's last season got ended early and canceled.
No, they're putting out one more season 9. It will be the last season, or it's canceled. But the show is barely pulling in like 1 million viewers. It's in the
John
hundreds of
Campia said
thousands.
his show had double the viewers.
Yes, that show barely it can't even. It gets like 700,000 viewers. Here's the other thing, right? I mentioned a while ago, Warner Brothers looking to sell CW. It has sold to Nexstar. The Nexstar now owns 75% of CW. Meaning the Arrowverse is dead because Nexstar wants to turn a profit. The CW has never turned a profit. So what's profitable? Cheap reality shows. That's what you can expect moving forward once Nexstar takes over. The only Arrowverse shows still on are Superman and Lois and Stargirl.
Which is supposedly good.
It is very good. All the other shows have been canceled and they're off the air. But Berlanti has his own company too. Like he does his own developing. He did great with the TV side. I don't know if he can run a huge studio. Maybe like budgets was the only thing holding him back. But I don't want the Berlanti.
No, I don't
run
think
here.
so. Titans was a mess.
He does Doom Control and Doom Patrol and Titans is a mess. Doom Patrol's great. Titans is not. So, anyways, wouldn't be. I get it. I get why you're talking to him. He knows his stuff, but keep looking. Sassly, basically. Listener, let us know what you think about all this DC movie news. Join the conversation. Join our Facebook group. It's called Jock and Nerd Nation. There will be a link in the show notes.
Jock and Nerd
to this episode. It is a closed, exclusive group just for you, just for us. We have a new group member joining this week. I'm going to say huge shout out to Scott Swangorum, who's also known as Scotty Scoop over on the Mostly Superheroes podcast. So here's how he joined the group. You can check out, they reviewed Miss Marvel, and they had me on. There's a nerd guest appearance. Thank you, guys. You can check out the nerd on the Mostly Superheroes Miss Marvel review. And then I was telling them about our 80s action movie tournament and 90s action movie tournament, and he got all excited. He's like, oh, shit, I'm going over there. I'll join this group. This is amazing. So, yes, more about, again, we talked about that, but people get excited when I mention these things. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, because all the movies now suck, so we have to look back into the 90s
Remember
and the 80s.
when shit was
great times.
good? Yes.
They just don't. They don't make action movies like that anymore.
They try.
You get very rarely will get action movies like that.
And Netflix tries and fails. Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing?
What are you talking about? They didn't fail. You fuck. Take that back.
The Gray Man? Yeah.
Gray Man was one of the best movies ever.
Oh my god! But yeah, I don't know about that.
You better shut your dirty mouth there, Imran.
Fucking,
don't speak those blasphemous words ever again.
That's where you find shitty action.
Come over there and cut your toes off.
Oh Jesus! I need them for balance. Not my pinky. Okay,
cut off that pinky toe.
Let's move on. Yeah, fucking
like Peacemaker style.
Yes. Gangster style. Jesus. Yeah. Let's move on. I got a couple of rumors. So normally I don't like to introduce rumors and things because they're never true, but these two are kind of fun, and I want you guys' reactions to these.
This is a terrible source, this first one, bro. Right, keep going.
Well, but their source is another source. Now, this is from Geek Tyrant. The rumor, which I've heard several places, and even Campy talked about how some of this kind of lines up. Oh no, that was the next thing. Anyways, the rumor is that in Loki season 2, it will reportedly include the Marvel group Squadron Supreme with Henry Cavill playing Hyperion. What the fuck?
Oh, shit.
The fuck?
That is the rumor originated from Cinestealth. Anyways, these rumor sites, they can just fucking type shit. But Henry Cavill playing Marvel Superman in Loki Season 2, Squadron Supreme. There's a lot of crazy things going on there. Anthony, would Henry Cavill return for a TV show on Marvel, first of all, and would you want to see this?
I want to see Henry Cavill in the MCU.
Yes.
100%. Absolutely. I like Henry Cavill. I liked him a lot as Superman. Would I want to see him as, was it Hyperion?
Hyperion.
Yeah, sure. Could I see him returning to TV, Disney Plus? Well, he does Netflix.
He does do the Enola Holmes, these Sherlock Holmes, and then section movies coming out. Witcher, oh yeah,
that's right. He's the Witcher.
If Henry Cavill has any sort of angst or anger against WB, then maybe he would do this. I mean, it's literally Superman.
If I was Henry Cavill, I would angle for a better, more
100%. I would also.
They were going to really get behind.
You want to be in the movie. You want to be in the movie side of this. So, is your first?
I don't know if Hyperion's going to have a huge role in the movieverse, but if maybe if he's like I don't have the schedule to really commit to Marvel,
Yeah.
but I still want to send the bird to DC.
Yeah, that's
It'd be funny as hell.
I
to
know,
do the
like
Hyperion.
as a fuck you to Warner Brothers, it'd be amazing. He's filming.
I don't know if he does it though. I don't know if I believe that.
See, the thing, okay, this is the thing. When Marvel picks you to be their character, you're their character unless like something like you die or something.
Unless
Or,
you're a villain,
Yeah, and then you get killed off.
you get killed right away.
But if you're like a pick for a hero, that's it. You're the hero.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna like pull the rug out from under you and then all of a sudden be like, oh, we need to scrap this whole thing. If I was him, I'd angle for a better character. Maybe Captain Britain, maybe Wonder Man, maybe
Captain Britain would be good.
something like that.
Wonder Man would be good. Captain Britain would be interesting.
There's a lot of characters he could be great at.
Wow, I didn't think of
Hyperion
Hyperion.
wouldn't be bad if they were going to go the Guardians of the Galaxy route and like back like a Marvel version of the Justice League just to fuck with DC. But if they're doing it on a TV show, it's going to be a throwaway. So I don't want to waste Henry Cavill on that.
Yeah, and you know what? I kind of still would like to see him as Superman, even though Warner Brothers is dicking around, and he could do both. You could still do both. You could do. You could be a Marvel guy. You could be Superman. Why not?
I like the Cat and Brim pick.
Yeah, he would have made a great Hercules, but they cast that other guy.
Hercules would have been a great pick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They got fucking Roy fucking Kent as Hercules.
Well, when you cast, you got to call me first, and I'll let you know what to do.
They really ought to get Ruggs in on these casting decisions.
Odds of this rumor from you guys low. High,
Oh yeah, very low.
right?
But I wouldn't be. The odds of him being in the MCU, I think it's very possible.
I think it's possible. That would be, and I think he kind of
That's very possible, but I just think I'm not really fond of it being a throwaway.
Yeah.
because I just think he would enjoy the experience so much better than what he's gone through with Superman over there, right? Like it would just be a nice fuck you to DC. Like you had a great Superman and you fucked it up.
Can I throw in one thing that we haven't talked about this in a bit, or maybe we did, but I just forgot. What I keep seeing the Giancarlo Esposito rumors for
yes,
Professor
we
X.
can talk about this.
And he's even come out and said he wants to do it.
Yes.
How are we feeling about it?
You know what? He's an amazing actor, and he's ruling the Star Wars and the Breaking Bad. I would be all right with him playing
I'm into
Professor X.
Professor Javier.
Giancarlo Esposito. I am the Professor Javier. That's his name.
That's actually pretty good. Yeah, I like the room. I like the thought of
This
him being
guy's
Professor
everywhere
X.
too. He's in The Boys, and he's
Look,
great in everything.
if it was anyone else, I would probably be a little bit more, but he is that methodical thinking.
I could see him as
but he's
Professor
always a
X.
bad guy, so I feel like it's against type a little bit, but I don't
He's
know.
always a
Down.
bad guy.
I'm not a fan of just recasting someone to be a different race just because.
Yeah.
But he definitely fits.
Yes.
I see
He
him.
does
and I can
embody
see
the
it.
character
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah, he's absolutely Charles Xavier.
Like you definitely see him and you go, that man is very smart, very well thought out. Might be a little impulsive too. Might be thinking that he knows best when he really doesn't, which is also a Professor X trait.
Right.
Yeah.
Ah, man.
But Patrick Stewart just had that warmth.
Yeah.
Like you just wanted to like be like that I'm gonna do whatever
wanna
this
hug
dude
you.
says.
Yeah, he doesn't have that element.
Yeah, he didn't have the
Xavier,
asshole part of it, but he had everything else.
He does have the methodical, like I've thought of everything, I'm 10 steps ahead and holding back information kind of Professor
And
X.
I'm looking out for you
But yes,
for your
it's
best
all for your
interest,
best
even if
interest.
you hate me.
Yeah.
Right.
That could work, man.
I feel like Professor X needs to be a little bit more cuddly though, but just in every other aspect, he's crushing it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad at that at all. I love him in everything. He's everywhere, and he's so good.
He is. He's very good.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to another rumor. This one in the Sony universe of Marvel characters. You know, they're doing a great job over there, Sony. Just hats off to your work with the Marvel characters. It's a big success. The movie this rumor is regarding is this Madam Web movie, which first is like, why? What? Why are you making this? Because in the comics, Madam Web is this old woman who's blind in a wheelchair that can see through all the parallel universes of the spider totem and helps Peter, look into other. It's weird. The whole thing is weird.
I love it.
But this cast is interesting, and we had some reveals of the characters. They're shooting it now. There's some set photos out showing these characters. Okay, let me just break this down real quick because this gets really crazy. Dakota Johnson is playing Cassandra Webb, which is the older classic old lady version of Madam Web. Sydney Sweeney is in this, is Julia Carpenter, which is a Spider Woman. Okay?
That's right.
And she was a version of Madame Web. Isabella Marcet is playing Anya Corazon, who is a Spider Girl or Spider Lady in the comics. Celeste O'Connor is playing Maddie Franklin, who could be related to Martha Franklin, which is also another Spider Woman. So we have a lot of Madame Webs and we have a lot of Spider Women so far. Here's where it gets crazy. Adam Scott, who is from Parks and Rec and Severance, so it's great. They're saying he is playing Ben Parker.
Oh, shit.
Ben fucking Parker.
Oh, shit.
And Emma Roberts is playing Mary Parker.
Oh, shit. Is this the one where Aunt May dies and Ben lives?
No. So Mary Parker is technically Peter's mother. His father was Richard. Ben Parker, of course, Uncle Ben. Okay, so with that set up, the rumor is that the movie is going to be a female superhero flick and could possibly follow a Terminator type of story, meaning that Mary Parker is pregnant with Peter and something is trying to find her and kill her so that Spider-Man is never born, and Ben Parker and all these Spider-Women and Madame Web have to join forces, form a team, and stop this from happening so that Peter Parker can be born and become Spider-Man. Their set photos make it look like this an early 2000s setting, so that tracks in terms of the time period, but holy shit, here's the thing. I don't know if I hate this or like this. I'm very conflicted.
Geek boner.
Floppy Jock.
What do you guys, if this is true, how does this sound? This movie is crazy.
I don't know, but there's a lot of characters in it that are from the Spider Universe
Yes.
that's not Spider-Man.
Yes, all of them.
And
that
I
are not
find that to be
Spider-Man.
very strange.
They want to reimagine Terminator with these characters.
Well, it
sounds like.
Yeah, and I mean, the Terminator story is your classic, like, grandfather paradox time travel story, right? Go back in time, kill them before they get born. So
No.
it's it's Terminator. It's not fair to, like, compare it, but they're doing that version. But to save Peter Parker from dying in the uterus, like, what the fuck? What is happening here?
Yeah, I mean, I don't trust anything Sony does without without Feige's help. So no, it sounds crazy. It sounds like it could be a fun movie, but it's going to suck because it's Sony and they don't know what the hell they're doing when they don't have someone that actually likes Spider-Man in their ear.
And it doesn't help. It's written by the writers of Morbius.
Oh, great. That's even better.
Yeah. And directed by S.J. Clarkson, who directed episodes of The Defenders and Jessica Jones.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Top tier.
This is good.
So far,
there's nothing about this that screams this is going to be good. I'm surprised even Dakota Johnson is involved.
right. That's
with this,
crazy that Dakota Johnson is it.
But
But
then again, they probably pay a boatload for their leads, and then they don't really care about anything else. You know, you got Tom Hardy, you got Aaron Taylor Johnson, you
Jared
have
Leto.
Jared Leto. Now you got Dakota Johnson. Like they have names. It's just
they're paying, though, these, like, they're not like top tier. They're like the second tier, right? Like, they're all kind of the same class of celebrity status.
I wouldn't say they're A list,
Right.
but they're not B list.
They're not B list, but they're not like
Tom Hardy's not a Jared Leto's not a B list actor.
no. Yeah, I guess you're right.
It's just you're just not getting. You know, they're not casting Leonardo DiCaprio
Right,
or
or
anything.
your
But
Brad Pitts.
Marvel isn't doing that.
Right. Sure. They'll get them soon enough. One day it'll get there. But I just I'm kind of curious about this movie now. If this is what they're doing, like, this sounds batshit crazy and completely unnecessary. And again, nobody cares about Peter Parker's parents. Why do you got to go back to Peter Parker's parents? That's not the point of fucking Spider-Man. But you don't even have a Spider-Man you can use, so whatever. Do whatever you want.
Spider Dad.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what you need.
Listener, check out our TeePublic shop. You can find excellent graphic tees, niche podcast tees, where you can wear them, and your friends will be like, what the fuck is that? And then you can tell them, and then they'll want one. We also have mugs and cell phone cases and tote bags, all with our logo and different designs. And Rug Boy's face. Who doesn't want to see Rug Boy's lovely 6-teeth smiling face wherever they go? JockandNerd.com/shop. Okay, last thing. This should get everybody geek boner.
Geek
Should I
boner.
be insulted?
What? You only have 16. It's not-
All right.
I'm just stating facts. Cobra Kai Season 5 coming up on us very soon, everybody. September 9th. They put out a nice, chunky story trailer, really giving you a good feel for what the season is going to bring us. And what's it going to bring us, Anthony? What do we see? What'd you think about this trailer? There's a lot of cool shit in here.
When I was watching this trailer right before the show, I almost got goosebumps when Danny LaRusso, is it Danny? I forget his name.
Yeah.
Danny LaRusso, Chosen, and Johnny are standing next to one another.
Yeah.
As if they're getting ready to train the kids or get into battle. I'm going to myself, I never would have thought I would see the day when the Karate Kid 1 and Karate Kid 2 villains are teaming up with Danny LaRusso, and I'm going in 2022, and I'm going, fuck yeah, that's awesome.
Dude, so Chosen can be like the Miyagi, right? The kind of Miyagi stand-in.
No, he's sterner. He's much more of a badass than Miyagi was, but he's kind of calmed down. But that's a guy you want. I was legitimately going, yeah, Chosen's right, Joe. I would want Chosen on my team if I was going to battle with Terry Silver's fucking squad.
So, yeah, Terry Silver at War of Dojos.
Live or die, man. Die. Wrong.
He's not only trying to take over the valley, it looks like he's trying to take over the world. You see, he's enlists the help of a new cast member, Alicia Hannah Kim, who is going to be playing a South Korean sensei that he calls in for this dojo war. And in the meantime, Kreese is just beating the shit out of people in prison, I guess. Regs, what'd you like about this trailer? My favorite line is, looks like Johnny Lawrence is driving an Uber, and he pulls up to these two girls, and he's like, which one of you is Michael? She goes, it's Michaela. He goes, whatever. And he's fucking driving an Uber with Eagle fan decals on it. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I was like, do we really need another season of this? And
Yes,
then by
we
the time
do.
the trailer was about a minute through it, I was like, oh, we need more of this. I'll watch another one. I'll totally watch another one. I'm in. So I guess it's either because there's nothing to watch or this, for some reason, strikes a chord. It's so ridiculous. It shouldn't work. But it's one of those things that defies logic. But that is the magic of when you got something. Like, it shouldn't work. It doesn't make any sense. There's no reason why this should tickle my fancy. I should be laughing at this and being like, I'm never watching that shit. But I want to watch it.
Some people do find it cheesy, and I get that. But
it is cheesy.
It is, but I don't know what it is about this that I watched this, and I'm like, bro, this fucking
It's
epic.
complete
fucking
garbage,
epic.
but it's the greatest complete garbage I've seen.
And maybe it's the way it's edited, but like the karate looks a little bit better, but I think it's just they're shaking the camera and it looks. But you want, like, I can't wait for the matchups. Like, I want to see Daniel fight Terry Silver. I want to see Johnny Kreese fight.
They got to stop putting these out before it wears out the welcome, though, because, like, I don't know if they can just. I keep saying this, but like, I don't know how long I can sustain my enthusiasm.
Give me fucking 3 more seasons. I'll be fine. Just keep going. Like, I don't know what it is about this.
I think
it's
it
so
works
good.
because it's a clever angle.
Yeah.
It's the angle was, no one ever thought I'd want to know what Johnny was up to. And now we're 5 seasons in, and we're incorporating all these old characters, but there's twists on the old characters that at first you wouldn't have thought of, and then you think about it logically, and you go, I guess I could see where they got to that.
Yes.
I guess I could see where Chosen would have relaxed after. I guess I could see Danny being a used car salesman. I guess I could see Kreese having this background of a Vietnam vet and all this shit, and so just. It should, like as Rugg said, he couldn't have said it better, but it shouldn't work, and it does. It's like pineapple on pizza.
Yes, it shouldn't taste. That's yummy. That's
Right.
That's
it
what
shouldn't taste good, but it does.
That's what the first season did to me. First of all, brilliant entry, with Johnny Lawrence. But then after I watched that, I'm going, yeah, Danny is a fucking asshole. What the fuck? I love the way they turned me around. I was like, I'm Team Johnny all the way. For something to do that with a fucking movie that you loved 30 years ago, unbelievable. Now, what's not, you don't see in the trailer, maybe it's hinted at in one scene, but apparently Sean Kanan, it will be reprising his role as Mike fucking Barnes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, from part 3 in this
Karate's
season.
Bad Boy or whatever.
Yes, Karate's Bad Boy.
Yeah,
So,
he's got a flat top.
So Terry
Watch
Silver
out.
is going to have the new South Korean sensei and fucking Mike Barnes versus Kreese and fucking Chosen and Daniel. And well, we'll see where Kreese goes and Johnny. Wow, epic, fucking epic.
Well, if anything, what you learn from all these shows is they'll take Mike Barnes and they'll add way more depth to him that you didn't even know you wanted it to have.
Yeah.
And he might end up being a good guy by the
You'll
end of
feel
it.
bad
That's-
for him, maybe sympathize. You don't know. This is what's so brilliant.
Yeah, that's. I mean, Terry Silver is now at a point where he's kind of like he was in.
Oh, he's full on
Karate Kid Part 3.
villain. Yeah,
But in the beginning, he's thought he lost his way,
Yeah.
and he was much more calm and like meditative. And as he got roped into doing karate again in Cobra Kai, it was like as if he fell off the wagon, slowly but surely, and it brought him back to who his demons, which is being this awful person.
I feel like that a lot of these characters were soldiers, and they need a war to fight.
Yeah, this is the
Yeah,
war.
that's the point.
I don't know how Danny got sucked into this war. I mean, Miyagi, and all this stuff seemed to be this pacifist dude, but
The war is coming.
he got sucked into a war, and now he's also kind of in it.
And they left it. I know, like, I love how it's the end of season 4. Everything's all fucked up, right?
We just need Stallone going there. They drew first blood, not me. It's never over. The war's never over.
Johnny, you hear me? John Rambo don't fuck around. You know that much. So yeah, very exciting. I can't wait till that happens. And then just to
Unreal.
close up this this reboot talk,
I can't wait to hear what you guys think
the
about this.
creators of Cobra Kai apparently are working on a spinoff of Ferris Bueller's Day Off at Paramount. The spinoff reportedly will be called Sam and Victor's Day Off. Who are Sam and Victor? That's a good question. I'm glad you asked. They were not given their names. In the original movie, the two valet attendants that took the Ferrari for a joyride were Sam and Victor. And it says it will follow the same day adventure of the valets. So the spinoff might show us what Sam and Victor were doing during the movie. I kind of am okay with this. I thought they were going to, they're not fucking with Ferris Bueller. That's still there. They're going to show us what the valets were doing with their
Someone
cars.
else's day.
Yes, taking jumps.
Someone else's day off on that day off.
Oh, yeah.
All right, you're making a movie about a time in the 80s.
Yeah.
You're tying it to a very well-regarded, very fun film, John Hughes.
Oh, great fucking movie.
And but I don't understand why you do that. I mean, that's the
It's not necessary.
that's why they're doing it. They're using the cachet of Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
They're doing it in a cutesy way, and they're setting it in that time period, which is kind of popular right now. It could be a way to, I don't know, launch a new franchise or something, but like using those kind of marketing tools. But do I really want to see what they do with the Ferrari?
What the fuck happened with the Ferrari? They're taking jumps off Lakeshore Drive. That's all we saw in the movie. I don't know what else is happening with the Ferrari.
I can't say on paper that this is something I would want to see, but then I read that it's by the Cobra Kai creators,
Yes.
and I go,
Well,
these guys are smart. And they might maybe they can strike the iron twice, but if there's anyone that can, it's these guys. And this is the new wave, man. It's taking old things and not necessarily rebooting them or remaking them,
adding to it.
but just finding an angle
Yeah.
where you can create it in the same universe, but it's from someone else's perspective.
Yeah, it's kind of brilliant. The 80s and 90s are still super hot and popular. And if we could fall in love with these two fuck up valets, like that in the movie, the guys were great. Like I wanted to hang out with them.
just for reference, I know this is completely different, but Top Gun Maverick just surpassed Infinity War in the domestic box office.
Isn't that crazy?
These things have life. If you find the right angle, they have life.
Absolutely. Well, I think number one, there is the mystique of it being from the past and having like this already established, goodwill. But I also think there is an element that we want to escape from this time and go back.
Absolutely. Simpler 80s.
Because this time is such like, I don't want watching a movie set in this time is kind of like it's
a little
doesn't
it's a
ever
downer.
really. Well, it doesn't even really even feel real sometimes. Like, it just feels so fake. I don't know. Like, because no one wants to actually be like, okay, this is how it really is. So you go to the 80s, and the 80s is like, okay, we know it's bullshit, but at least it's not now. So
the 80s was unabashedly the 80s.
Such an innocent time.
You look back on it, and you realize there was a lot of things we probably should have thought twice about.
Yeah.
But
nobody
that's
cared.
kind of the charm.
Yeah, exactly.
This is what I think. I think, yes, there was definitely some crazy shit going on in a lot of these movies, but I don't think it was mean-spirited. I think it could have been, but I think that even in the most mean-spirited of ways, there was still fun to be had, and it was still light enough where you didn't take it that seriously. Like even in like Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom, they rip out someone's heart. Like, you're not like, oh, you're not even fazed by it.
That fucking scene was crazy, but yeah, there's no hole. Like, it just closes up and like, oh, he took the heart out. Okay.
Yeah.
What they need to do for that Roadhouse reboot is they just need to scrap it.
Yeah.
And instead, they do it from the angle of the guy that says to Aunt Dalton,
yeah,
I fucked guys like you in prison, and show his time in prison. You do a prequel like that and show that man's time in prison. I want to see what kind of guys he was fucking in prison. That look like Dalton.
The movie Anthony wants.
Like, how do you get to that point where you go up to a man in the midst of a fight?
Definitely a movie of that movie is. They've made that movie, Anthony. You just have to go to the right section.
I mean,
of YouTube.
How do you get to the point in a fight where you feel like you could say that to somebody and it'd be an intimidating thing to say?
I think Mike Tyson said something like that.
No, Mike Tyson has the best line ever where he says, I want to eat your children, all praise be to Allah. It's fucking fantastic.
He goes, I'll eat your heart, I'll eat your kids.
Yeah.
Praise be to Allah.
Yes.
He also says he wants to fade into Bolivian.
He wants
to fade into Bolivian. Yeah.
Oh, I listened to that the other day.
Which is easy to do if you just go to Bolivia.
By the way, there's a show coming out on Hulu called Mike. It's like a Tyson.
No, it's not coming out.
It's not
coming out.
No. Somebody killed it?
Tyson killed it. He told Dana White he didn't want to do it, and Dana White pulled the plug on it.
Oh, my God. I saw the trailer. I was like, holy shit, that looks amazing. I would absolutely watch that.
No, he doesn't want to do it. He doesn't like how they're portraying him.
Yeah, like the Pam and Tommy thing didn't rub them well, but that show was great. Oh, damn it. I was looking forward to that because they used
Nobody cares if Tommy Lee's mad at you.
Yeah, no, but you don't
want Mike Tyson who will fucking probably kill you.
Because they use that line.
There's still videos. There's a video of him within the past 6 months beating some dude up on an airplane for talking shit to him.
Oh, shit. Fuck, how do we get to Mike Tyson? Anyways, this is a good place to take a break, everybody. Go play some promos. Good stuff. And come back. And we're going to talk about She-Hulk right after this.
Shulky.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Attention podcast listeners and YouTube watchers. I'm Logan, the host of Mostly Superheroes, a weekly pursuit for the world's best stories with an emphasis on live-action superhero stuff. Every week, join me, PC Mike, The Giggler, Scotty Scoop, and Carrie as we talk MCU, DCU, books, TV, movies, and more. MostlySuperheroes.com is where you want to be. Watch us on YouTube, listen where you get your podcast, and we'll see you Sunday on Patreon. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Transmission commencing.
This is Wookiee Radio. Translated for the Wookiee impaired. I like that Wookiee. Your hosts, Ken, Derek, and Mike, bring you the latest news and commentary from the far reaches of the galaxy.
Hold it. I said hold it.
Subscribe today on iTunes and Stitcher.
I just assumed it's a Wookiee.
Start listening today, and remember,
the Force will be with you, always.
Jock and Nerd.
Listener, if you enjoy Anthony whispering the word podcast to you, well, then you definitely should sign up for our fan club over on Patreon, jockandnerd.com/Patreon.
Jock and Nerd.
Yes, you can support the show monthly or annually, and you get stuff.
Give us your money.
Get stuff back. Oh, it's now subliminal, Anthony. This is wonderful. There is a bonus podcast feed, an exclusive feed just for subscribers, Patreon supporters.
Subscribe.
There's bonus content in the feed. The shows come out early. And as we were talking about at the beginning of the show, you can listen to our 90s action movie draft where we select the 32 movies that are going into the 90s action movie tournament. This is with John Bellotti Jr.
Who ends up throwing a very questionable pick as their 32nd movie.
This time Bellotti threw in quite a movie that's we'll see how far it goes. But I've
already set up the matchups.
Oh, you have?
I'm not telling you guys what the matchups are because we have to save it for the actual show, but I would bet I would bet some organs that it's not making it out of the first round with its matchup.
Oh, my God. First of all, you're going to want to join our Facebook group because I will be posting the list of movies in a few weeks, and there will be some kind of what's the word? What am I trying to say?
Yeah, interaction with the nation.
There will be an interactive component. Stay tuned. Join the Facebook group. The only comment I got so far, Jesse Rodriguez posted this both on the Patreon and the Facebook group. He says, "Where's Death Warrant and Lionheart? JCVD is coming for revenge."
Oh, shit.
I don't know those.
There's quite a few of them, you know.
Well, I would say, I think JCVD, Jean-Claude Van Damme,
he's well
has
represented.
the most representation out of anybody. So I think we've given him a lot of love. Yeah. Lionheart's okay. It's basically street level blood sport.
Okay.
Death Warrant, I don't remember.
Okay. Death Warrant, I don't remember. What a name. Right.
Death Warrant, I don't remember.
You remember those?
I know I saw that, but I don't remember it.
Lionheart's the one where he's coming up as a club fighter in New York and has a African American guy that's his agent.
Oh, he's a cop.
Yeah.
I'm a cop, you idiot.
That's when he goes to jail. Death Warrant.
Oh, Death Warrant when he goes to jail?
That's his jail movie. Okay.
It was lockup.
Well, those movies not in the running. If you want to hear the movies that are in the running, sign up for the Patreon. There's also Discord benefits. We do a monthly hangout. You can pick a movie, make us review it, watch it, whatever you want. Lots of fun stuff. jockandnerd.com/Patreon. Do it now.
Do it now.
Do it.
Come on.
Get down. Grab my hand. Okay, let's get to the review. It's not an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, unfortunately.
Get down.
It is the newest Marvel Disney Plus TV show, She-Hulk. The first episode premiered. We're going to talk about it. Here is your spoiler alerts.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Prepare to be spoiled!
That fucking virgin giving you the spoiler alert there. Anyways, we'll get into that.
I just got that.
She-Hulk, of course, based on Marvel Comics character She-Hulk, first appearance, the Savage She-Hulk #1 in February 1980. The character originally created by Stan Lee and John Buscema. And She-Hulk has been part of the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, the Defenders, Heroes for Hire, S.H.I.E.L.D. She's been around doing a lot of things in the comics. The TV show is created and showrun and written by Jessica Gao. This is the 8th Disney Plus MCU show they have given us, and it is the last TV series of Phase 4. There is still a Halloween special and a Guardians of the Galaxy special, but they're not series, but those are Phase 4. Last TV show. Of course, starring in the lead role as Jennifer Walters, Shulky, Tatiana Maslany. You may know her from Orphan Black. And in this episode, also featuring Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner. Ginger Gonzaga, I believe, plays her friend. There's a bunch of other people. You see Jamila as Titania. Anyways, Anthony, first episode of the She-Hulk Attorney at Law. What happens?
This episode is somewhat of an origin. I guess it's an origin. They speed through her origin, but it starts in a courtroom. She breaks the fourth wall, talks to the camera, explains to us how she became She-Hulk with her cousin Hulk, and we get a lot of fun and training, and then we come back to real time when she's in the courtroom again. That's basically the episode. It's very simple.
Very simple, straightforward. A lot of the scenes we saw in the clips from the trailer, which was a little bit like we got to get past the origin. But what'd you think overall? First episode out.
Me?
Yeah.
I was very pleasantly surprised. I liked it a lot. I thought the CGI was much, 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 much improved. There were only a couple times where I felt I could, I knew it was CGI, but there were only a couple times where I went, "Oh, this is
where it breaks it for you."
Yeah, but for the most part, they put in the work. It looked good. It was. I had fun with. I think Tatiana Maslany is pretty good. I like her chemistry with Mark Ruffalo. There were some jokes that landed for me. when she talks about squeezing her ass or something, and she's like, Jessica, I'm your cousin. Let's stop. What are you doing?
Like, high five.
It kind of felt like they had been together for a while and had been cousins. I like that she just kind of knows the powers already, so we don't have to go through the whole thing that we went with the Hulk.
Yeah.
I thought it was a lot of fun. I liked when they fought each other. I thought that was fun.
Yep.
The the overall tone was just a fun little show where it wasn't taking itself too seriously, but they were still peppering in MCU stuff that wasn't as if they were just throwing it in to throw it in. So, for instance, I like that you get a lot of hints of Tony and Bruce's time together during the blip and how Tony helped them do this, and you could see that Bruce kind of misses Tony. He still has the helmet. So just little touches like that. I think that shows that the show is not necessarily trying to throw in things just to go, oh, look, Tony Stark, but more of like a nuanced of, hey, like this is the show that is kind of giving you tastes of what happened in between the movies sort of thing. So I liked the show overall. I thought it was fun.
Rugg, solid first episode outing for the She-Hulk for you?
I think for the most part, it was very good. I enjoyed it. I think I watched it twice.
I watched it a bunch of times, actually. I don't know why. I was like, I want to watch this again.
I do have some criticisms, but I think overall, Mark Ruffalo and Tatiana Maslany kind of were fun to watch. And I think it's going to be interesting to see without Mark Ruffalo there if there's a show.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, look, Tatiana Maslany can act her ass off. She's great.
I love her. She's fantastic. I love her so much.
CG She-Hulk, it's fine.
It's a little shiny in parts, but
yeah, there's times where it kind of breaks. But for the most part, for a TV show that has to do this like a lot, I think that's what we're gonna have to. We just have to accept it. That's what we're getting.
So one of the explanations you can kind of give for this CG is apparently Jessica Gao said in an interview that this whole training origin scene montage was originally supposed to be in episode 8, and they were like, wait a minute, I think people are going to want to know this right up front, and they moved it to the first episode. So it's possible they thought they had more time on those effects, and they were like, oh fuck, we got to put this in the first episode. And then half of the VFX people just hung themselves because they don't get breaks or something. I don't know. But I love...
They acknowledge that.
They did. Yeah, they did.
No, they go, well, you're not gonna be able to pay attention to this unless we get through this She-Hulk thing. So let's just do it.
I love that it's so self-referential. She knows she's on a lawyer show. She's like, lawyer show, let's go. Tatiana Maslany is, if you've never seen Orphan Black, she's fucking amazing. Her chemistry, you're absolutely right, Anthony. They felt like they were cousins, and I love
their banter. Felt familial.
Yeah, I love I love their chemistry, and I love how they explained a lot about what Bruce has been up to. Let's break down some of the things that happen here. The origin story is different from the comics. In the comics, Bruce is going to visit Jen. He's about to tell her he's the Hulk because he needs help. He's on the run from the law, and they're driving around, and she's a criminal defense lawyer, and there's like a mob hit out on her, and she gets shot, and he has to emergency give her his blood to save her right there on the spot or something. That's how she gets it. I like this adaptation. It's weird.
You do?
It's a little hokey. The bleeding into the bleeding.
I feel like it was way.
So it's just very
like I feel like it's like kind of like if that happens to Bruce Banner at all, like he ever bleeds, like everyone's cutting their wrist open.
In the past, he's mentioned, like in that Ed Norton movie, they mentioned how like his drop of blood
drip on the leader on his head.
It makes him all
open
crazy.
Wound.
His blood is a fucking weapon. But it works better on the TV. It is convenient that they have this accident. He breaks the thing that's controlling him and just happens to bleed right on her open wound. Sure, whatever. But the reason they crash is this fucking Sakaar spaceship. A ship, it's the Grandmaster ship from Thor Ragnarok, just drops down in front of them. What the fuck does this mean? Any theories?
It's got to be Scar.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe Scar, his son.
That's a good.
Right? I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, what I
read somewhere that it was a hint that they're building towards World War Hulk.
Yes, that's what I read too. is it possible?
But I didn't see the exact details.
So he mentions it later. He's like, oh, yeah, I got to look into that, and just like forgets about it. But could it be somebody like he has a son and the son came looking, or somebody came looking for him going, bro, you got a son up here. You forgot. What are you doing?
Or maybe it's the Grandmaster sending out a scout because the Hulk was his champion.
He wants him back.
Yeah.
That is.
I think just one quick thing on the origin.
Yeah.
I didn't care for it either way. I mean, it was hokey, but I think the point, I think it was almost purposely hokey in that the show was going, yeah, we don't care about her origin all that much, so we're just going to run through this quick because we just want to get to She-Hulk.
And I did appreciate that. And like the show manages to...
Because the origin you describe in the comics is a little bit more elaborate. You need to make that...
Yeah.
That can't be a 28-minute episode or 30 minute
and where
episode.
Bruce is here compared to where he is there is different. So the show manages to ride this line of being like silly, like you said. Like it is silly, but it's consistent and it fucking totally works. Also, I love the car, like where she transformed, looked in the car. It reminded me of the original Hulk TV show opening with Bill Bixby, where there was a car accident and he flips the car over in the rain. There's a lot of little nods to that in this, which I loved. And then in that bar scene, right afterwards, where she beats up all those dudes, the bar scene's kind of funny. But there's a QR code on the wall, and if you scan that, you can read Savage She-Hulk #1, which is what I did.
Oh.
I read the origin right before. I was like,
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. It's right on the wall as she enters the bar. Anyways, then we get to see what Bruce has been up to during the blip in this little house lab in Mexico that him and Tony built, and they were bros, and they hung out, and they carved his name in the thing, which is kind of cute. But we learn how important her blood is. It fucking cures his arm. So, and now is he stuck as the Hulk? He can't go back.
I think he's back to being the Hulk, yeah.
But her blood also creates...
He said it was stuck like that for 2 years the last time.
Yeah.
Her blood also, he mentions, can create other Hulks. And so he destroys it. I wonder if that's going to be a thing. Like, people are going to try to get her Hulk. And we learn...
Her blood, I mean.
Her blood, right. Not her Hulk, her blood. But I love the bit how...
Well, you got to watch out for the, couple times a month.
Oh, God. You need some really...
Couple times a month.
Wow, is that how that works? That's not...
Oh, shit.
Is that how it works?
What size?
I don't,
Is it
the last
one
I checked,
day?
there wasn't any females on this one.
No,
but,
that's the thing.
I don't know if it happens a couple times
We got
a month.
3 dudes talking about a show with all about women empowerment. This is going to go great.
Oh, fuck. Someone... Lisa Morrison, help us out.
Somebody cancel us. No, look, I love the whole bit how she doesn't want to be a superhero, right? And then the reveal that she has no alter ego
She's just She-Hulk.
is fantastic because he's making horse noises. He's like, easy girl, easy. And she's like, why are you talking to me like I'm a stray horse? He's like, what?
I like the line where she's trying to figure out from him how to turn back, and he goes, well, I either get something along the lines of I can either get knocked out really hard, or there's occasions where Natasha would sing to me a lullaby or something.
She's like, how does that work
Tell me that story, yeah.
He's like, I've not figured that out. Yeah, he goes through his like greatest hits of like getting punched by Tony, getting thrown out of a plane, getting knocked out, and then Natasha singing the lullaby. And then the training montage, just lots of fun, right? I thought it was lots of fun.
I thought it was fun too. I thought it was fun, and again, the CGI just worked enough for me where I went, I can enjoy the scene. I also like it will scream of women empowerment, but I like the scene where she kind of explains why she can kind of control this a little better, and it's because she's saying, as a lawyer, a female lawyer, she's had to keep her emotions in check her entire life.
Yeah, I feel like that's too forced. Like, I feel like the reason why she doesn't change is because she got less of a dose of blood.
That's also what I thought of.
And I feel like they reached for that. Like, the logical explanation is, Bruce Banner already synthesized it through his own body.
Right.
And now when someone else gets it, it's not this pure.
Not as crazy.
It's mixed with their blood. It's different. There already is an agent that controls it. They managed to switch it all around, so she's like this like messianic Hulk figure that has all the advantages.
It's different,
and it's just it's kind of lazy, but whatever.
I took
it's
it as
fine. I'm not. It's not like I'm going to not watch the show because I just wanted to point it out. That's all.
I took it as because she got a lower dose of the blood. That's why she isn't as big as he is.
Right. She
didn't get a full blast of gamma, but they didn't say that. That's just my own mental gymnastics.
Yeah, that's what's obviously happening.
Right.
It's just they're using it to make some kind of point.
Is she so like she's better than him at being a Hulk already?
Well, not
because of all
better.
these
I mean,
things.
he's clearly way stronger still.
That's true.
I saw some stuff that he was nerfed. I don't think he's nerfed. I think he's just holding back.
That was the big complaint, and we'll get to that amongst our listeners and just on the internet. Is that? But I
don't think he was nerfed. It's just she has a good control.
Yes,
of
her genetics are different. I do love him throwing the boulder into space just to fucking having a pissy contest. It's hilarious.
Didn't everyone miss that he threw a boulder into
fucking
space?
Boulder right into space real quick. I don't think she can do that yet. And I love her flicking him off. Yeah, and the fight between them.
He does the one power clap, whatever it's called.
Yes.
Knocks her over. She's got to do it like 30 times.
Sonic boom, hand clap powers. Yeah. And she figures out she could do that. That was great, too. And then they break the bar, and they have to rebuild the bar. And also,
because he's sentimental about the bar.
Yeah, the bar is great. They should have rebuilt the bar. I was mad. What about
rebuild it.
The Hulk's? Is it worth being a Hulk to be able to drink as much as you want and not get drunk, but still get hungover? How does that work?
No, well, it's not that. It's because she can still turn back to human.
Oh, she feels it.
Her human form will get hungover.
He never feels it.
Yeah, because he's not turning human. Yeah.
So it makes it not as fun. They were putting down a lot of booze. That's expensive trying to party with the Hulk. Jesus.
I like She-Hulk's obsession with Captain America being a virgin.
Let's get to that. I mean, it is kind of a funny thing to think about. I'm surprised it's never come up before. Probably has. And it ties into the great post-credit scene. But she thinks Captain America is a virgin and then fakes being drunk at the end to get Bruce to reveal that, yes, he stooped one of those dancers at the USO tour before Peggy, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's the closest we've gotten. There was a lot of middle fingers, but it's the closest we've gotten on anything Marvel to the fucking F word being spoken. I mean, she said half of the word. Captain America fucks. He fucks. Well,
I actually did laugh at that scene, even though it's complete filler.
Yeah,
it paid off a joke in the beginning.
Yeah,
and just the timing on they had good comedic timing on it, where I actually did laugh that with her especially cutting at the end. Captain America fuck, and then you just cut.
And then when she's drunk and she's like, "That ass, it's so sad. That ass died a virgin. I can't believe it." But then I was like, "Wait a minute." Was he a virgin? Did he ever? I mean,
you actually started thinking about it?
Yeah, I was like, when would he have slept with all those dancers? I mean, he's kind of like a Boy Scout. I don't know if he ever, maybe with Peggy.
Hey, man's got needs.
Yeah.
And you have to imagine the amount of testosterone flowing through Captain America it's got to be way more than the average human being.
Yeah, he's got that compound V serum shit
There's
up in him.
probably a cat baby running around somewhere.
There's going to be a couple enhanced.
There's a reason why they never focused on that man's front. Because
it's a super soldier semen.
Great end credits. The illustrated watercolor drawings. I love that. It looked really good, like courtroom drawings, which they do on a fucking Wacom Cintiq drawing tablet. Did you see that, Ruggs? I didn't know.
Yeah, state of the art.
I didn't know it was all digital. I don't
think it was a Cintiq, by the way. I think it was a Surface. It was a Surface Studio.
Yeah. I've kind of looked into. I always wanted to be a courtroom sketch artist because, like, I would sit around and draw people anyways.
I would like to be a stenographer.
No, you don't.
Just because I like that little typewriter.
What the fuck is it?
Run? You want?
It's perfect for me. It's huge on me.
I've thought about it. I was like, I would mind being.
How fast do you have to draw to be a courtroom?
I'm pretty good. I got really good. I would sit at cafes and on the subway, and I got good at just drawing. And part of art school illustration training, there was one of our teachers that would train you to draw like a large scene really quickly.
How do you get into that business?
I don't know. I was trying to look it up. I was like, does the city hire you?
Let me tell a quick story about Imran drawing people.
Yeah.
We were in line. We got early tickets to a premiere for Captain America: The Winter Soldier. So we're sitting in line 2 or 3 hours before the movie's about to start. One of my other friends is sitting maybe 30 feet away. Imran decides to pull out his pad and start drawing one of my friends sitting there.
Yeah.
So then when Imran was done, I grabbed the drawing. And I go, hey, my friend over there drew you, and my friend was literally so creeped out. Like, oh.
No, it's
why?
It's definitely a creepy thing, especially when you do.
Why is your buddy looking at me and drawing me right
when
now?
you do it in public, you have to like make it. There's an art to drawing people and looking at them without making them look like you're drawing them. Like you also you learn how to do that when you're in Starbucks and shit.
You're on the path to being Robin Williams in that 1 hour photo.
He's just collecting.
But everybody does it. Anybody who draws does that. They make you do it.
You are trained to go out and draw from life and draw from observation.
But it's like an assignment. It's like an assignment they give you.
Yeah. It is creepy though. It still doesn't make it less creepy.
they train you to be a creepazoid.
They're like, this is how you be a creep. Hide in this bush and draw as many people as you can. You get an A. That was my.
Would it be cool if you wore a shirt that says "I'm drawing people now"?
I'm drawing you. If I'm looking at you, that means I'm drawing.
I'm probably drawing you. Sorry.
I just got to say, if you end up in a red room looking at pictures of little kids,
what does that mean?
There's some going on, man.
What if the room's blue?
Yeah, does it have to be red? Because that's definitely happened. Different color, definitely happened.
Yeah, I think the red. I think it means that you're exposing film, but we don't do that anymore.
Look, I'd like to draw people. It's not a crime. Anyways, back to She-Hulk. The flashback ends, right? Yeah, and they come to they're all cool, and we get introduced to Titania, who just fucking storms in. Jamil.
Might be the worst debut ever of a
through the
Marvel
wall
character.
in a ridiculous.
That was
outfit.
That's another thing that I really
like the
disliked.
fucking Kool-Aid man.
That
she should have just been like, "Oh yeah," and had like Kool-Aid with her. What the fuck was that?
There was nothing cool about that. There's no Kool-Aid to be found.
And then she does a flying kick.
Oh,
that was terrible.
It's probably the worst. I think it was purposely, but it was one of the worst debuts you'll ever see of a character.
Like,
if anyone is out there was a
fuck?
Titania fan, they completely botched that debut for that character.
That was so bad.
It was jarring to say the least.
I hope she has a redemption because they hired that actress to just be a joke.
There's got to be more. There's got to be more.
It was one of the worst things because in so many ways. Number one, the character debut was terrible. And then the reason, I have to go. Her friend just goes, "Go be She-Hulk." She's like, "Okay."
Oh, no, I love that when she's like, "Oh, I love this outfit though." Like I thought that was cute. And she's like, "Shoes, give me your shoes." Like that kind of work.
They don't have them do a cool fight.
She just punches him.
They just zoom past everything, montage the whole thing in 20 seconds.
I'm sure there'll be more with the Titania. I mean, those are just.
You would hope.
It's Jamil. She's hot too and funny. She was on The Good Place. But yeah, that was awkward.
Yeah, it was almost as if they had the show and they were filming that scene and they went, "Oh shit, we got to end the show in 30 seconds."
We're out of time.
Yeah, but we just debuted Titania with 30 seconds left. What are we going to do? Let's just punch her out.
Cliffhanger for next time.
Yeah.
I can't.
There's no cliffhanger.
So-
she's already punched out.
She's punched out. No, but I'm looking forward to. Apparently, we're going to get a lot of enhanced individual characters, cameos.
You should be most outraged about this. She's your ilk.
I know. She's a brown girl.
Well, she's Pakistani.
She's Pakistani. No, I know.
I mean,
Pakistani.
see, if it was Camille, this guy would be all over it. But Jamila, he doesn't give a shit.
She's more. I'm glad she's in this. There's going to be more with her.
You better be more outraged if they do her wrong.
I don't know the character of Titania, so
your selective placement of who you support in the Pakistani community.
There's a lot of hot brown girls, though. There's a lot of hot brown girls.
It's not one of those two people or that documentary that you tried recommending to us back in the day.
Which one?
Imran doesn't support it.
RRR? That's not documentary.
That one where you were trying to tell us about how awesome the Pakistani documentary
Oh my God,
was.
that was like 4 years ago. I kind of remember that.
Yeah, I know. I haven't forgotten.
Holy shit, I traumatized him. Jamil, they did her dirty. She is a wonderful, talented actress, and just because she's brown, She-Hulk punched her out. This is some bullshit.
Here you go.
There you go. Does that work?
You better have that. You better bring that energy next time they do her wrong.
Brown rage.
I'm looking forward to Wong. We're going to see Daredevil in the yellow costume. We're going to see lots of cameos.
Sounds like the show is basically
Ally McBeal.
Well, that and plus just new cameo every week.
Tim Roth,
kind of thing.
Abomination's coming. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. So the show is really built on, as Ruggs alluded to, can Tatiana Maslany have as much chemistry with everyone that cameos as she did with Mark Ruffalo?
I think she can. She is great. She's very good at that. I mean,
I don't doubt it. It's just you got to see it happen.
The show rides on her, and just like Iman Vellani killed it, the show is going to ride on her shoulders, and she pulled it off. Tatiana Maslany is way more experienced, and Again, Orphan Black, she plays 7 clones of herself, and there are scenes where there's 5 clones of her, and you forget that it's the same fucking person playing all these different people. She was so amazing in separating these characters. I'm super impressed. Okay, let's do this. I think before we get to comments from the nation, I think we will watch this weekly, but not formally review it, and then we'll review it at the end of the 9 episodes. Yeah? What do you think? That's what we're doing?
Sounds good to me.
What else is we got to review?
I don't know. Andor is going to start. We're going to talk about House of the Dragon a little bit. The Lord of the Rings shit's going to start.
We got movies. We got
there's
Patreon
movies.
stuff.
There's Patreon picks. There's stuff to fill it. So let's.
I don't know if we need to review at 9. Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Or what we can do is, if there's a particular episode where we think it's really good or we want to talk about it and we have nothing to talk about, we'll throw that in. Otherwise, we'll review the end of the season.
There is I'll tease this now. There is a casting in the show that ties into my other podcasts, and both of my worlds are colliding. And I
Geek Boner.
Wait a minute.
Bronson?
Yeah. No. I'll tell you. Mark Lynn Baker, Larry Appleton will be playing Jennifer's father on the show.
Whoa, he's Hulk's dad.
He's
Larry
She-Hulk's
Appleton.
dad. Larry Appleton is She-Hulk's dad. Those two, actually, they were just at the Steel City convention in Pennsylvania, Comic-Con. They did a whole panel. Bronson Pinchot and Mark Lynn Baker. People still love Perfect Strangers. They should listen to Dance of Joy, a Perfect Strangers rewatch podcast.
The one thing I heard about this show from Sean Chandler, I didn't watch his entire review, but he did say that one of the reasons he's liked the first, I think, 4 episodes so far is they actually treat this show as a episodic TV show rather than a long movie. So every episode kind of is self-contained.
Yeah, it's a half-hour legal comedy, which is what was advertised. Like, it's Ally McBeal with She-Hulk. That's exactly what they said it was going to be, and it seems like, the critics got 4 episodes, and everybody seemed to love those 4 episodes, so I can't wait to see.
What's the, let me just check the Not Rotten Tomatoes, 82% right now.
Not bad. It was getting review bombed like Miss Marvel was before it came out by, I don't know, dudes who were like, I don't like women. I don't know why. They were just like, why?
Women.
I can't believe they made a Hulk into a girl. Boo. I don't know. Okay, so having said that,
Pleasantly surprised by the first
me too.
episode.
Let's we're gonna check. We'll review the full season once it ends and talk about it a little bit as big things happen. Let's rate this first episode, and I want you to rank it amongst the first episodes we've gotten so far.
Oh,
yeah,
of
the 8 Marvel shows.
Oh my God, wow,
this is so meaningless. Okay,
I know,
let's
it's
do it.
completely arbitrary.
Wow,
Yeah,
who wants to go first?
I'll do it.
Okay,
I'll be like,
go.
it's a 7. And in the ranking, how is it in the top 3? I don't think so. It's probably in the number 4. I would say. I don't know.
All right, let me. I'm gonna have word vomit as I think about this.
Okay, yeah, just spit it out.
I'm gonna rate the first episode 8.5 out of 10.
Oh shit!
I did like this episode a lot. I'm gonna really quickly. The first episode of WandaVision was intriguing yet confusing, but very intriguing.
Yeah.
First episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier was all right.
Yeah.
What if I don't even remember?
Yeah.
Loki. Don't hardly remember that.
Yeah.
Hawkeye was okay. I really liked Moon Knight. I really liked Miss Marvel. I'm gonna go 3 or 4. Yeah, what Rugg said.
Okay.
3 or 4. One of the two. But again, I don't remember some of the first episodes.
Well, then they're not good episodes, right? I don't know.
That's true. I guess you're right.
I will give this episode an 8, and I'll just say I think it's one of the better first episodes that they've put out of any of these shows.
I watched it twice, but I watched Moon Knight twice. I watched WandaVision
I will put this
twice.
up there with the Miss Marvel and Moon Knight and WandaVision first episodes, definitely. So do it that way.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Let's find out what our Facebook group and our listeners thought of the episode. It's time for news from the nation. It's time for news from the nation. Oh, flapper.
It stinks. It stinks. It stinks.
Our buddy Blake Braden, here's what he thought. He said it's fine. Did everything a first episode is supposed to do. Just felt very lazy to be like, oh, she's stronger, can control her Hulk better, and evolved her Hulk more in a 3-day period rather than Banner, who took 15 years. If that's the way it is in the comics, so be it, but I could have done with a little more having her struggle with building her Hulk. Also, the CGI is okay. Her mouth movements look slightly awkward.
She's pretty in control of herself in the comics, right?
Yeah, she's the same way.
Okay. Yeah, that's
pretty
what I
much.
thought.
And she she in the comics though I think she enjoys going to court as Hulk a lot. She likes being, so maybe she'll learn to enjoy being.
She feels empowered by it.
Well, now
right? So-
and now the way this episode ended, the world knows, right? And so she's going to be a big social media star from now on. Daryl K just says,
I fucking loved it.
Said I fucking loved it. Rick Martinez just wrote Cheetos fingers, which is has anybody done that?
Yeah.
What do you mean Cheetos
Eating
fingers?
Cheetos with chopsticks so you don't get.
I just saw on Shark Tank. I think it's an old episode.
They made
an invention for eating Cheetos with chopsticks, where you just throw the chopsticks on your fingers.
I think I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
It kind of makes
and
sense.
they got an investment.
Oh, they got it. They got a shark too.
Yeah.
Where's that product?
So it's a thing. People eating, they're not wanting the. I'm old school, man. I like the old school Cheeto dust all over the fingers, lick my fingers, and then touch everything in my apartment.
Oh, why is there orange shit on everything?
Yeah, and people walk in and like, why is it red there? I'm like, decoration.
The keyboard has got orange stains on it.
Well,
like,
now it's all Taki fingers.
Hot Cheetos and Takis. Both of them will do it.
Yeah, my white keyboard is no longer white.
Is that a keyboard cover? No.
Anthony's like, I'm gonna make it white again.
Listen, I think they just increased the sales. Ugh. Oh, I just got that. What the fuck?
What do you think about that one?
They just help sell some chopsticks, maybe. I don't know. Chris Marin says, isn't she supposed to be a slightly watered down version of Hulk that is permanently green because she had the blood given via a transfusion?
Probably.
Yet here, just because she's a female, she can have all the power from a few drops of blood and control it instantly with none of the gamma side effects of two separate people fighting for control of a single body. I enjoyed this, but it was not what I wanted. Just like with Thor, Love and Thunder being a good superhero spoof movie, I enjoyed it. But now I want to watch the real Thor sequel with Gore not portrayed as a campy Voldemort. I mean, I get some of that criticism.
A lot of anger there, but like I do understand that this is true. There's nothing that's not true being said here.
That's the thing. It's facts. Joe St. John said that Titania intro was not good, in my opinion. Agreed.
That was terrible.
She-Hulk CGI isn't up to scratch. They really did Hulk dirty. But otherwise, it was a fun watch, I guess. We'll stay tuned, but starting to get fatigue with all the shows. It's a real thing. Marvel fatigue is a real thing. Lisa Morrison, here we go. We have a female commenting on the show about females. Not just about females, but one very important, strong, green.
Man, Lisa Morrison, the female. That's what she's defined as.
She's the best female.
Well, she'll know about how many times a month it happens.
She can tell. Give us a number. We need some data here. What the fuck? Lisa Morrison says, I was sufficiently entertained and want to watch more. To me, that's all you can really ask for from a first episode. I feel like Marvel is in a no-win situation when explaining superhero origins. Their comic reading audience gets annoyed too when too much time is spent on origins, but the non-comic readers are left confused or feeling shortchanged if the origin story isn't fleshed out enough. I really like Tatiana Maslany, so I'm optimistic it will be good. I think they did a good job at like spending just enough time on the origin. Let's get to the show.
It depends on what you want to do.
Rug Boy disagreed with you, I think, during the show.
Oh,
what do you mean?
About the origin?
You didn't like that origin, right?
No, I think the origin was they rushed through it and to get to fun stuff.
Yeah,
but again, I am not annoyed that like they spent a whole episode on it and we can get to the show. But
yeah, but that first episode, you could have expanded that to like 3 episodes, and I feel like that would probably be just as fun
origin,
as
3 episodes.
What we're gonna see.
That's a lot.
Well, yeah, you have her. You figure out. You start with her life as it is, right, and you kind of see like what her life is like. Then she goes to visit her cousin. Then she gets into the accident. Then she gets a transfusion.
You're too linear. This is non-linear storytelling.
But like this way, you know the character,
true,
and why what the change does or what it doesn't do.
But you get a good sense of Jen Walters from this first episode, right? She does it well. The writing's there, like their chemistry is great.
To some degree, she's focused on her career, and that's it. That's all you really get from her.
All right,
and she really, she feels like people are always trying to talk down to her and tell her what to do, even though she's a very accomplished lawyer.
But they are, because my sister tells me these stories all the time of like, I'll say something, she'll be at meetings and she'll say something and nobody said, and literally the man standing next to her will say something, and everybody will be like, "Oh, great idea, brilliant!" Like I hear the story over and over again from the woman's perspective.
But I think that that's a perspective thing. I think it happens to everyone.
Possibly.
I think that people don't listen to things that I say all the time.
Well, nobody listens to me.
So I mean, people ridicule me on a constant basis. I don't think it's because I have boobs. Well, I do have little ones. But, you know.
This is all white noise anyways. Moving on. Scotty Swoop from Mostly Superheroes said it's exactly what I expected. Fun, couple cool parts here and there. Some fourth wall stuff and great post-credit scene. Can't wait to see where it goes. Jesse Rodriguez says, well, that was surprisingly entertaining. Short and sweet. Went in with low expectations. Came out smiling. Good time. Daniel Liedl says, seems to be pretty faithful to the John Byrne comic from the late 80s, early 90s. Not so serious as most, but not as silly as Deadpool. I will keep watching. Wife liked it. That's an important thing is like now there are shows that you can watch with your significant other together. Like, I think that's huge.
I think it's good to get the wife involved because then you don't feel guilty about watching it. You don't have to hide that you're watching it.
You're like, look, this is, and then like with
hide your kids, hide your wife.
With Miss Marvel, you had like
especially around Imran,
whole Indian Pakistani families gathering together to watch it and like enjoying it. So
not enough. That was the lowest rated show ever.
They got all disappointed together.
Not that many Pakistanis, I guess. I don't know. Motherfuckers. Jamil got done dirty. Okay, John Bellotti Jr. You heard him on the 90s show. You've heard him here. He's our admin of the group. What did he
He's
think?
the Godzilla guy, right?
He's the Godzilla guy. That's all he likes.
That's all he likes. That's all he knows about.
That's all he knows about. One thing.
Hey, what's your opinion on Bruce Lee? Well, I really like Godzilla 54.
I think Godzilla could beat him.
Mothra versus Godzilla. So, dude, we didn't ask you that.
It's weird. He always answers with Godzilla.
What the hell?
This time, let's see how many times he says Godzilla. He says, I actually enjoyed it for what it was. I kept waiting for the Hulk to be neutered, which many Marvel, Disney shows have been inclined to do with their type A male characters since Endgame, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. It's definitely written from and for a female perspective. I mean, it should be, since it's a female character. My only gripe with modern media is that writers now tend to build up a female at the expense of a male character. Stranger Things, very guilty of this season. I expected the show to be heavy-handed with that, but I was surprised that it was very minimal. Wow.
Wow. You know, he doesn't normally like these things.
Well, how do you liked it?
I feel like he was being very generous.
Right? He was like, we caught him on a good day.
Yeah, I think
he must have
He just had like a great vegan pizza.
He must have had a great vegan
drinking gluten-free beer, and he's just feeling
Well,
good.
he hasn't been inhaling toxic fumes for 9 hours at 5 in the morning, starting at 5 in the morning. So he's been getting enough rest.
He's on his break.
As mentioned, he probably had a good vegan hot dog even.
Yeah, he hasn't yelled at any incompetent workers for a long time.
And he got to tour the city probably and tell everybody where he's banged girls on the corner. So he's in the zone right now.
You got to take the John Bellotti New York tour. It's amazing. You should sell that, John.
Yeah, those tours. Yeah, it's like the architecture tour in Chicago.
Forget the
boat.
Capone tour. I want the Bellotti sex tour.
Are you doing this as a foot tour? You have to walk this, or can you go on a bike?
Definitely a walking tour. Maybe.
No, he's so tall that you just ride on his shoulders.
He carries you around.
He's a strong, like Hulk, not stocky, but big boned guy, so he can just put you on his shoulders and just walk around.
He's a strapping lad.
And then you get a better view of where he was boning somebody, right? Because you're up high.
Right.
So,
all right, I think we did Bellotti pretty dirty.
All right, sorry, Bellotti. We love you. You know. Let's finish up with some What Are We Watching?
Wait, what about Ben?
Oh, I missed one.
Yeah, Ben Cranford.
Wes Cranford. I'm sorry, Wes. We got so caught up on Bellotti. I forgot about Wes Cranford. Belotti's distracting.
Is it because he's old?
Wes? No. Wes is old with the young at heart. He could kick my ass. That's for sure. He can outrace me and outlift everything.
I'm going to read it because you don't really care to read it. So I really enjoy this one. I like the strong female with a humorous disposition. The comedy is good, and the fourth wall break was done with discretion, meaning not, I like that he has to tell us what it means, meaning not overused. Like I like that she picks things up quicker and is smart. I guess because Banner already has already done the hard work. The feminist humor was done well and not cringeworthy, except the silly makeup scene. Lots of opinions with this one in future shows. Could be a fun ride.
Yeah, so overall, I feel like people were pleasantly surprised.
I
think
it did what it had to do without ruffling too many ruffaloing too many feathers.
Oh, there you go.
I want to ruffalo my feathers.
That's like the third pun I've made today.
That's pretty good.
On fire.
You need to just keep drinking the
that booze.
Yeah, that
I think
that
high
booze
noon
is good
is
for
good.
you.
Yeah, high noon works. Yeah.
That's
good
like
vodka.
that's a good boost for you. I think the show couldn't have gone anywhere but up after that first trailer. So
That's true.
Yeah.
I think everyone.
that's one of the worst trailers you'll ever see.
I think it's clever marketing to get people walking in with low expectations, put out a shitty trailer. Like
purposely put out bad CGI in a trailer.
You can't go wrong. Okay.
Yeah, have him pick up a dude like a baby. Yeah, it's fun.
What are we watching, fellas? Anthony, what have you been watching? Anything interesting lately?
I plan to watch House of Dragon. I see it's on your thing.
Uh-huh.
I plan to watch it, but I'm doing my 90s research.
Yeah.
And I watched for the first time Sudden Death with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh, the Van Damme hockey
Oh, there
movie.
you go.
It's Van Damme's
Die Hard on the ice rink.
Die Hard
Die Hard.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely Die Hard. It's just almost beat for beat the same
Oh
movie.
my god! It fits well in our tournament though.
Yeah, there's good action. It's actually very well produced. I think there was like 30 million invested in it. So at that time, there's a lot of practical stunts. Again, I think we talked about on the show, but you got Jean-Claude Van Damme fighting a woman in a mascot suit.
It's amazing.
And you got him, and then they do
woman.
a scene towards the end where the movie just kind of halts because he decides to disguise himself. He's getting chased by the bad guys. He runs into a locker room, puts on the goalie's outfit, and then goes out and plays like 10 minutes as a goalie.
Oh my god!
In the Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals.
It's been established as that he's a hockey player and he knows how to play hockey.
You need to watch it, but it's established that he played hockey at one point in his life.
And
He's
that
French
counts.
Canadian.
Oh, he's French Canadian.
He makes. I'm spoiling things, but he makes the save. Everyone's going nuts because he came out on the field as someone else. He's disguised as someone else.
Right.
And then he looks up into the crowd and does sign language to his kid, telling him "I love you." And his kid's like, "Oh my god, my dad is out there." And
Wow.
then the movie takes a break to do this sports moment, and then jumps back into Die Hard.
Wow.
But Powers Booth is in it. He's pretty good.
It's like Miracle meets Van Damme movie.
It's Die Hard in a hockey rink. It's almost the same movie, but fun stuff. There's a lot of fun little things they do with the fight scenes and the kills. So, and you got Jean-Claude Van Damme trying to be an everyman, which is very
weird.
tough with that accent.
That's weird. I can relate to that guy with the strange accent. I gotta watch that one. I gotta watch all the.
There's
Van
one.
Damme
There's the building is rigged with bombs, and he's a fireman, and he decides he's just going to start disarming the bombs. And it's like, how did you learn how to disarm bombs? You're just a fireman.
French Canadians know how to do all that shit.
Yes,
They learned it in school.
In France, you learn to
use the bomb.
decommission bombs.
Quickly, Francais.
Very worth a watch.
Oh man, I can't wait. Ruggs, did you watch House of the Dragon?
No.
Are you planning to?
Yes.
Okay. let's start there because I watched it live. And
Why? Who does that?
I mean, it was maybe it wasn't live. It was like half hour delayed, but it was mostly live. It was still going. HBO reporting today 10 million viewers across all their platforms fucking tuned into this. It crashed.
Wow.
It crashed the HBO Max site for a while.
Whoa.
Let me ask you something about HBO Max because you have it. We all have it.
Yeah.
When the show comes out on HBO, can you watch it that night at the same time on HBO Max?
You know what? I haven't checked, but I believe so. I believe they put it up after it's aired.
Oh, so you're saying no, it doesn't. You can't watch it at the same time. Everyone, you have to wait an hour.
I think they wanted to air first, and then it goes up. I'm not sure. Someone let us know. So
All right.
I will test this next week.
Test it. Well, what do you think?
Fucking Game of Thrones is back, baby.
Oh,
holy shit! I really loved it.
I fucking loved it.
It has everything you want in a Game of Thrones thing, right? It's got dragons. It's got really violent scenes. It's got incest overtones. It has uncomfortable fucking scenes that I couldn't watch. There's boobies. There's fuckings. There's orgies. There's dismemberments of all sorts of body parts, and they show it. Oh boy.
Oh.
Matt Smith is pretty good. It was really good. It takes place 200 years before what happened in Game of Thrones. It was nice to see the Iron Throne, King's Landing, all these. The sets look amazing. The dragons look pretty good. The one part looked whatever.
my friend said it was pretty good, and I'd mentioned that I was not enthused because I'm off the last season. And he said it's back, and he said when you hear the chords and you see a good episode, you'll be back in. So I'm excited to watch it.
10 million viewers. I think it's back, but isn't it funny how like a lot of people are just like,
fuck that show.
After it had a good 6-7 seasons, and one season makes you just turn off the whole fucking thing. This is like good early Game of Thrones. I really dug it.
I mean, it's one of the most disappointing last seasons you'll ever see.
But also belonging to one of the best shows that's ever been on TV. I mean, which is crazy.
You guys could probably answer it, but I feel like it's that and Lost were like the two most disappointing season finales you'll ever get in your life.
Fuck Lost. See, I don't like Lost anymore.
I feel like Lost is worse.
Yes, absolutely.
Gotcha.
But this one comes as a close second because, you had such amazing shows and such amazing characters, and you had this great buildup, and then it kind of just you want to know what the thing was that was so bad about it is that they consciously cut it short.
Yeah, they
needed more time.
Rushed through everything, and it's fucking annoying.
And none of it played right because of that.
Yeah, they completely went back on all their. They burned down all their characters and made them act in ways that they never acted before, just for the sake of time.
Yeah, they just had to resolve it, and they're like, "Oh, we can just do it this way. This is fun. It'll be subverting expectations and blah blah blah."
And for what? To go do a Star Wars movie that never happened. That's not happening anymore. What the fuck? Yeah, that's now it's getting me angry again. But
how many episodes?
It's probably 10 episode seasons, like the HBO.
Do we want to review it at the end, or what do we want to do?
If you guys are going to watch, we should. I think. Listen, everybody's watching this fucking thing. Did you see this TikTok video that's trending of the New York City apartment building? And you could see all the windows.
I did,
clearly everybody's watching the same thing. It flickers on and off every window. They're all watching House of Dragon. This fucking show is huge already. It's going to be big. It's like their biggest premiere.
10 million is a lot.
Yeah, it is huge.
So I think watch it. Let's review the first season when it ends. If you guys are caught up. Now I'm gonna have to watch it as soon as it comes out.
If that was a movie in the box office, it'd made 100 million, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, like we said, the fucking Flash TV show can't even get 1 million viewers. 700,000, 800,000. Ruggs, you watch anything notable?
I just watched The Day Shift.
Oh, I watched that too. Let's talk about that.
I wasn't planning on watching it, but I turned it on and I was like, oh, this is stupid. I'll watch
Jamie Foxx, Dave Franco, Snoop Dogg, cutting necks,
that
cashing
shitty
checks.
movie.
Yes.
How was that?
We talked about how was it, Ruggs?
It was shitty, but I watched the whole thing.
It's not good.
Lame.
It's not good. This is good action.
Made no sense.
And nothing else is good in it. Just the action scenes. You can fast forward through everything else.
Sometimes you just watch a movie that you know is bad just to you're like, because it's an easy watch.
Yeah.
Like, just because something is easy to watch doesn't mean it's good. You're like, I had fun with it for whatever it was. That's what it was. It was like, I threw it on for like a momentary entertainment.
It's forgettable.
Let me ask you this real quick. What's the difference between, I'm just genuinely curious, what's the difference between a movie where you can throw it on and it's not great, but it's easy watch, and why is that now like a movie? That's not the type of movie anyone really wants to see, but in the 80s and 90s, there were all those types of action movies that
because you keep going back to the other ones.
Right.
The other ones have something that you can't find anywhere else. This movie just reminds you of other movies that are better.
It's like comfort
it's derivative.
Food. Yes. Those other movies are like comfort food, and there's just something about them.
Well, I think that, number one, these movies aren't going as hard as the other ones are.
Yeah.
Like, they're only going hard in one aspect or another. Like, oh, we're going to have more crazy, elaborate action sequences. But like, there's no lore. There's nothing that makes you like.
Story. You don't care about the characters.
Yeah, there's just nothing to it. Just like, okay.
The writing, the dialogue is so fucking bad in this movie.
And it's not even that. It's just like, okay, so like these other older movies, they were either number one ahead of their time, or they were breaking new ground, or they were just bashing genres that weren't bashed together before in a successful way. And that's what's all being done in those earlier days. So when they do it now, it's just, you're like, we've seen this before. So it's not as good in that way. Mm. Sometimes it transcends it. Like, sometimes a movie will be crazy and you're like, I can't wait to watch. Like, I feel like Godzilla versus Kong is one of those where I wanted to watch it immediately again because it was just so fucking. It was a bad movie, but it was so bonkers that I wanted to like. And the action delivered so much that it was like just for the spectacle of watching it worth watching. I think something like that. I don't know. It's just there's a je ne sais quoi, a thing that beyond my grasp of knowing exactly what it is, but
that's fair.
Some things like actually get better with time. Some movies like you hate it at first, it might take a shine to later. It happens.
Like Constantine recently. We're like, oh,
I didn't see it when it first came out, but I did like that movie when we talked about it last week.
Yeah. Yeah. So day shift, whatever. You can watch it if you're bored. Just I needed more Snoop Dogg, in my opinion. The last thing I do want to talk about that I watched, and I kind of want us to review it. I don't know if everyone's going to be on board to watch this, but it is the Sandman Netflix TV show. I watched the first season. I really loved it. I fucking dug it. They did it's an amazing adaptation of a comic book story that stays true to it, yet combines characters, adapts things, and makes it work better on television. And then they did something crazy. They put out the first 10 episodes, and then just this week, they released a bonus 11th episode.
Oh, shit.
Out of nowhere, which is like, it's a two-parter. There's two stories, and it's basically like two standalone issues of Sandman in between the big story arcs. And that was also really good. And this is also the most watched show on Netflix at the moment. It's still in their top 10. And he's trying to get a second season because it's very expensive. He said he'll take it somewhere else if Netflix doesn't want to give him a second season. But I need him to finish the whole run of Sandman because I really loved it. It was very good. And I'd be curious to know, like, you, Anthony, what you thought of it. It's a weird show. You probably don't want to watch it. Ruggs, do you have any plan to watch it?
I do, but I don't know when I'm going to get to it.
Maybe there's a listener out there who wants to review the show with me because I
like,
want
is
to
it
talk
something I can watch and
this.
like? Is it something that's going to make me want to watch the next episode? Is it a bingeable show or is it like not really?
It's kind of bingeable. It starts out a little bit slow, but then episodes like 4, 5, 6 in the last half.
Because the only way I'll make it through is to binge it, and if it has to be bingeable,
it's kind of it's like the comic book where it's like mini stories that take up a couple of episodes and then just kind of anthology bits piecing in Dream's character and the Thing. So I will say,
I can tell you this: I'm probably not going to watch it.
Damn it! I do. I don't even know if
Ruggs watches it, you guys can do a review of it on the show.
I want to talk.
But at the very least, I think regardless of if Ruggs watches it or not, you should go on Patreon and record something for them about your instant thoughts on the show.
Okay, I will do that
because our Patreon listeners give us money, and we need to give them
Somebody
content.
wants to join me. I want to discuss it with someone because that would be a lot of fun. But Ruggs watched the show anyway. Sandman, great, highly recommended. Check it out.
You have homework, Imran. Besides doing everything else for the show.
I know. And I'll do this. Still haven't finished Paper Girls, though. I got to get back to that. Paper Girls.
Oh, my God. That, too. Shit.
It's too much.
Here's another thing. Maybe we could review next week. Coming out this week, Friday, August 26th.
Wouldn't mind him reviewing this, to be honest.
Samaritan, the Sylvester Stallone retired superhero movie. You want to do it?
This could be a huge piece of shit.
This could be the review next week. We can book it now. Samaritan. Stallone's back, baby.
We'll do Samaritan, and if we've caught up on House of Dragon, we'll do a quick House of Dragon thing.
We'll talk about She-Hulk episode 2 real quick at the end.
Just how we do it at the end.
Yeah. Okay. So, listener, check out Samaritan, Amazon Prime this Friday.
What are the odds? What are the odds? What are the odds this is above a 6?
It's probably
0.
low odds. Above a 6. Jesus.
0.
Maybe it could be a 7.
This
but
is your
the trailer,
boy, Stallone.
I know, but the trailer
I love Stallone, but come on, we know what it is. Let's be honest.
The trailer did not look promising. So we'll see.
Prime?
We could be surprised. Let's go in low expectations. We're going to love it. Amazon Prime. Okay, that's it for this week, Ruggs. Where can the listener find you online?
You can find me on Twitter at ReallyRugBoy. Come follow me.
Link to his Twitter will be in the show notes for this episode, jockandnerd.com/449. Visit that webpage for all the ways to get involved, to support the show, to get in touch. Share the show. It's the most important way you can help us out. Thank you for listening to the Jock and Nerd podcast. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's a nerd.
We'll peep you next time.
It's crazy.
That's a big fuck up right there.
I stick it up my asshole. The fuck?